Okay, you guys let me know when it's back. Oh man. Not just me, man. My internet's been dropping pretty badly lately. Don't know what it is, but it's like Rogers. Rogers is kind of stinky, not gonna lie. Guys, go ahead and let me know if it's back. Uh-oh. Are people not coming back? It's back? Okay, thanks for letting me know, Arcbound. Yeah, I was kind of hoping, you know, because yesterday, not yesterday, but the last stream I did, the Mori stream, no issues, right? We had no disconnect, so I was kind of hoping that maybe the internet issues had passed, but clearly it appears that they're not quite through with us yet. Well, I appreciate you guys sticking around despite these misdrops and also my dropped internet, my dropped frames. Yeah, hopefully we can have a good time tonight. I was thinking about playing some more Mori tonight, but I'm really tired. That is a recurring theme on this channel, huh? Just me being very tired. And I felt like, maybe I don't really have the energy for Mori tonight. So that brings us to where right here, right now. I don't know. Have you guys ever found it like too exhausting to play a game? Like it just like takes up too much. Like, I don't know what it is. It's like takes up so much of your attention. For me, Mori kind of feels like that. Like, it's not bad, right? Like, sometimes the game really does demand your attention. But sometimes you're just not really up for it. You just want to do something like Tetris and just zone out. Well, that's how I feel about it, at least, anyways. Uh-oh, this is not good. Thought I almost had a perfect clear. Internet issues never pass. Yeah, that's right. When's the worst time you guys have ever had like a disconnect? I don't think I've ever had like a really bad disconnection. Like in the middle of like a test or something, let's say. Probably the worst time, like the most annoying times for me is like when I'm streaming. Oh, I just remember that this is an actual game and I always should be stacking more wisely. Okay, let's go back and talk about our choices when we were like narrating our thought process out loud, because I felt like that's really helping me. So over here, I need to go down. So I'm going to use my horizontal eyepiece to get rid of this weird kind of dip in the middle of my board, right? With that, I can do stuff like this, right? Reveal a T-spin there. Continue to skim lines off. I really don't want to put anything, yep, on the far right, because that would have blocked my future well. So at this point, yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go down. Let's see if we can use an L piece. Sorry, an L piece was ideal to down stack there. So rather than using the piece I had right there, I just had a little bit of patience, right? Exhibit a little bit of patience, and I got the piece that I needed, thus allowing me to have a much cleaner down stack. Oh, that's not good. Should not have gone for an Imperial Cross there. Now I have a very, very nasty eye dependency. Oh, what am I going for? He's just too crazy. Do not do what I just did. It is not good. Okay, here, take a T-spin single, right? Here is another excellent example. Like, I could do that, but this is much better. I can get a T-spin single afterwards. Leaves the board just in a much better position. Oh, can't say that that misdrop right there did the same. Here we are. Okay, so now we are in the final few. Let's do our best to stay alive. Uh-oh, that was my ticket out, and I kind of just squandered it. My bad. I'm still alive? I could have lived if I used that T-piece properly. Hi, Kirby. Had a giant tree branch fall. My internet immediately gets better because the branch was blocking it. Wait, how does that work? What do you mean it was blocking it? Because I feel like a tree branch can't really interfere with your connection that significantly. Could it? Is this possible? This is news to me. Anyways, back to the match, right? This is looking pretty alright. Our stack's getting a little bit uneven. Yeah, looks like it's time to go down, right? But we can go ahead and grab some cheeky T-spins on the way out. And look at that. Perfect prime position to do some ST stacking. Oh, and I've already cooked it. Oh no, I've really cooked it. Or I could turn it, no. I could have turned it into some cheeky TST tower, but, you know, I feel like that's probably not in the best interest for the longevity of this round. So I'm going to elect not to do that. So over here, go for a DT cannon. Okay, so now we have a staircase pattern. This would be perfect to do some Kaidans. So there we went for it, although I would say it was kind of wasteful. Didn't really have the good pieces for it, and we kind of had to use some unoptimal T-pieces. But we're through, you know, and we keep moving on. Over here, setting up is some sort of like ZT kind of shape. And at this point, I'm pretty concerned, getting quite up there. We're just gonna get this last few T-spins and then figure out how we're gonna go down. So here, okay, this is, yeah, I'm a bit concerned about that. I know you may have been tempted to use the J piece on the left, but it would have left the rest of our board in not really a good position to downstack. So I chose the right thing to do. You know, I think that allowed me to continue in the fight. Although this may seriously mess me up. Okay, I saw that I had a T-piece coming up. Ooh boy. So I knew that I was safe to do that. Can I live this? Nah, that was too greedy. Are you back on the program now that it's November? Which program do you mean? Edit. Yeah, Arcbound. If anything, I would have thought that if a tree branch fell down, it might like knock like a cable loose or something. Go in there, please. Okay, I kind of looked away for a second. Okay, we need to fix out this height imbalance. There we go. Uh-oh. That's not good. I need a J piece. I'm severely doubting my decision right there. Paramedic? Oh yeah, I'm back to school. School starts in September, or started back in September. It's looking a lot better than it was last year. After practicing with my friends today, you know, I feel like my decision making has improved a lot. Yeah. But yeah, dude, like. It's been so long, like I don't even know, like so many things have changed. Well, maybe not so many things have changed. Maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration. But like, I don't know, I got into new stuff. And I'm sure you got a lot of things that are going on in your life too. It's like when you wear Bluetooth headphones and walk behind a concrete wall, chances are it's going to disconnect. That's why nuclear reactors have 10-foot concrete walls. Yeah, but like, the tree branch wasn't made out of concrete, right? How thick was this tree branch that it was like actually impacting your connection? Because I feel like, you know, you're just saying like, oh, you know, it's a tree branch, but I feel like this tree branch is no ordinary tree branch at this point. Okay, well, we'll figure out what we're gonna do there. We'll just do a J-spin. Oh, oopsies. Oopsies, I'm making mistakes. Non-stop misdrops. That's what you came for, right, guys? You guys clicked on the title. You knew what we were gonna get. Okay, we gotta get down from here. Perfect. Okay, maybe a little bit less perfect. Very jagged board right now, but nothing that we cannot solve. And oops. Right when I think I've just saved myself, I go and put myself in a pickle again. Yeah, definitely should probably go down from here. Yeah. Yep. So smartly using some skims to decrease the height difference. Oh shoot, that was a mistake. I thought the order of the pieces would have allowed me to do a J-spin, but it didn't. Well, evidently it didn't. Otherwise I wouldn't have brought it up. Oh boy. Oh, I can't even see where my piece is. No, my piece got stuck. Hello, Sophia. Good evening. I'm just playing WoW. Wait, you went back to WoW? You get sick of FF14? Bad habits. Okay, I see. You've relapsed. I live surrounded by trees, and they're big. Wow. So, do you live in like a really old house or something? So if you have really big trees around you, then the area that you live in must be like pretty old. Maybe you live in like a house that's been there for like 100 years. That'd be really cool. I just read in both, bro. I don't know how. Isn't it hard though? Like you have to like know mechanics for everything. I don't know. Feels like you'd have to remember so much stuff for both of them. Or maybe it's not. Maybe not if you're a god gamer that parses golden every single time. Look at this sick 4 wide. Yeah, that's right. I 4 wide. Okay, let's go down. Yeah. You know, yesterday, Sophia, when you went to go raid Weewoo, I was so surprised because like I was in the middle of a game, so I'm like, oh, I can't like go say like bye and everything, and then I look up after the stream ended. I'm like, hold on, I was already here. Yeah, I was in the middle of a Tetris game, so that's why I couldn't like say goodbye to you. I'm like, oh, well, isn't that what a coincidence? But yeah, Weewoo is or Rachel. I think that's how. That's a real name. Very chill gal. Likes a lot of K-pop, which I think is quite valid. I love K-pop. Okay, that's not true. I feel like I'm kind of growing out of my K-pop phase. What the? What is this random 4 wide that just came out of nowhere? Do you play Terraria? I own the game. I've tried it a few times. I don't really like it that much. Yeah, there's just other games that I'd rather be playing. But yeah, hi GP. How are you doing today? Oh, whoops. I wasn't paying attention. That's fair. It's a difficult game. Well, it's not that it was difficult. Although, maybe you might listen to my reason and think like, oh, I thought it was too difficult. It's just like, you know what? Sure. You could probably say that I found it too difficult. I was just playing it and I had no idea what I was supposed to be doing. Right? And I found that the movement was just very clunky in comparison to other games. Maybe I just don't really like side scrollers that like that. Hold on, my music paused. Classic WoW. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to click on that. Most of the time, playing can and will be spent looking at the wiki. Yeah, like, I feel like maybe this is how people who are new to Minecraft feel. And I didn't really enjoy it. So I was just like, yeah, I'd rather play a game that I know how to play. There's a few times I think like I just like booted up the game and like went into people's streams just to play with them because like they launched a server, and I was just like, all right, I have a balloon. Now what? And then everyone was just kind of running off and doing their own thing. I'm just like, okay, I'm not interested anymore, so I like, didn't really play again. Something that is very similar to Terraria though, or maybe Terraria players might not agree, but I played Starbound and I liked that game quite a bit. I think it's a lot simpler than Terraria is. Terraria, whatever, potato. But also I just found it a lot more interesting because like, you know, you could just like find all, like you can like loot these treasure boxes and stuff, and then there was like, I don't know, all these very like Easter eggs in the game. So I just thought that was really funny. So I quite enjoyed that game. I played it for a few dozen hours. But that game also got pretty old pretty fast too. ZX, hello. Multiplayer makes the game frustrating if it's one of your first experiences. Starbound's more exploration, Terraria's more RPG progression. Breath of the Wild 2 launch stream. I'd have to get a capture card first, but I'd like, well, yeah, like I literally bought a Switch just so I could play Breath of the Wild, but then I kind of already had a chance to like experience Breath of the Wild like on a borrowed Switch, so then I'm just like, I feel like I've experienced what all this game has to offer. So now my Switch has been kind of it had a new purpose, which was just to play Breath of the Wild 2 when it came out. But yeah, dude, who knows, man? I'm not even gonna think about it, because like thinking about it just makes me very sad that it's just like gonna be like another year and stuff. Oops. Let's see. P5 Royal, let's go. Yeah, Flight's been telling me to play that on stream. I'm like, dude, I can't. I can't. These games are these like multi-hour games. Maybe multi-hour games is not, but like these long RPGs, like I can't do too many of them at once. Like look at me, my favorite game is Tetris. It's like literally the same game over and over and over again, right? These games that are very in the long haul, I can't do too many of them at the same time. Like the last game, long game, quote unquote, that I got into was what's it called? Fire Emblem Three Houses. And I still want to play that game, okay? Like my mind is still thinking about that game. All right, I'm not ready to make a commitment to a new game. But yeah, did you end up buying a P5 for your Switch, or is it on PC now? Yeah, it's on PC, yeah. Minnie's here. Hi, Minnie. Have you seen Portal 1 RTX DLC coming out this time in November? Oh, sometime in November? No, I didn't. I've never played Portal before. I've seen other people play it, though. Looks like a fun time. Yeah, I don't pay too much attention. I'll be honest, like, the only gaming news I really listen to or pay attention to is, like, Nintendo Directs. But, like, I don't even know why, because the only thing I actually really care about is Zelda. So, basically, I get disappointed a lot of the time, because I'm like, Zelda, 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 and then they have no Zelda announcement, and I'm like, I'm sad. Yeah, I guess the other thing that I'd be kind of excited for is what's it called? Silk Song. Yeah, that I've also been waiting for. Like, I played Hollow Knight back in 2017 or something. Yeah, I was in second year, and I was just like, wow, this game's great and stuff. And then what's it now? 5 years later, and then they said, I swear they announced like very early on, they're like, we're gonna make a sequel, and it's like 5 years later, and they're like, oh yeah, well maybe we'll get to it eventually. All I've ever been is disappointed. Oh my goodness, what a... These misdrops right at the very end. Alright, I see there's messages popping up. I swear I'll get to them in a sec. Just a second. I promise. I don't know. I just don't want to lose this game, but I don't know. Yeah, the end of this game has kind of devolved into a lot of misdrops, so who knows? Oh yeah, I just misheld. Alright, let's see. Just commit to... Okay, let's see. Just want to pop in and say hi before I go to bed. Alright. I'm not sure if I said bye earlier, but bye, Minnie. Have a good night's sleep. So GP's excited to play Portal. Commit to a 100-hour long JRPG. I can't do that. I've already platinum it. What is platinum it? Toothpaste Chen was real? You told me about the toothpaste character. Like the fire... Like the one that looks like... Was it like Crest? Yeah, Fire Emblem Engaged. There's no way you've never played Portal. No, I've never played Portal. I mean, sure, there's got to be tons of people who haven't played Portal. See if I can do this. I don't know if that was even worth soft dropping for. Oh my goodness, what the heck was that? Alright, come on. We can make it through the rest of this, right? Is that a perfect read? Can I live this? Dude, they let you get away with anything in the default room. Okay, I don't know about this. I do not know about this. Oh, oops. I told you when it was a leak and everyone said no way, but now it's real. You know what? I don't even care, man. I don't think I'm ever gonna play that game. Alright, one of my friends, a long-time friend, actually literally the first viewer of my channel is in the default room right now. Maybe I should, you know, let's make a room. Create a room. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Is Jihoon on my friends list? Okay, we are. So I'm just gonna make a room real quick. Make it private. Yeah. Then I'm gonna go Jihoon, invite, and gonna wait. How do I? What's my hotkey to? No, that's my Discord. How do I hide this thing? Boom. There we go. So like the people who made my sandwich made it wrong, but however they added turkey to it, so like more food, I guess. Wait, so they just straight up gave you more meat? Okay, we're gonna play against Jihoon. Wait, what was your order? And where did you get your food from? I was thinking that maybe you got it from Subway, but like, I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of Subway. I think it must be me, but like whenever I get anything from Subway, I'm never satisfied with it. I always feel like it just doesn't work. like the toppings I've chosen or the combination of the bread and the meat and stuff, but I've never really enjoyed my food from Subway before. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion, but yeah, that's how I feel, you know, and I'm tired of pretending that it's not. Okay, hold on. I can't be reading chat. Need to be focusing on this match with Jihoon. Let's see. That's it? Oh wait, a hoagie on white bread. Wait, what's a hoagie? What is that? Is it like a Reuben or something? No, like not that it's like the same kind of sandwich as a Reuben, but like, is it like a special name for a sandwich? Sorry, that's what I meant. Oh, look at that gesture stealing and deleting lines for me. Thank you. I don't know what these special sandwich names are. Like, what even goes into a Reuben? Who knows? Hopefully not an actual person named Reuben. Oops. What? What the heck was that? Oh no. I think that will be the best. Yeah. No, oh my goodness. Look at these non-stop misdrops. Just as the title foretold, there would be many misdrops, and they would be non-stop. Oh my goodness, we're going to we're going to timeout garbage. Okay, there we go. Subway's always bad. Subway can be pretty bad. You got it from your dorm's deli. Oh, so it's local, right? You gotta support local. Yeah. I remember when I was in high school, I went to, like, sometimes I would go out to, like on some occasions I'd go out to eat with my friends and stuff. I remember there was, so like the school I went to was like, they had a program called IB. I don't know, maybe some of you guys may have heard of it or not. It's not that big of a deal, in my opinion, but some people like to make a big deal out of it, right? I think it's really important to go to like the best high school ever, which I think is not that important, but you know, to each their own. So I went to like this sandwich place, and I don't exactly remember the relation, but like the owner of the place said like his like nephew or his friend's like son or something wanted to go to the school like that I went to. He's asking me about like the program and everything. He's just like, oh, you know, like what do you need to know, and like what's the best way to study, and he wanted to just get some information about it. And I remember like I was just like, okay, well, when I applied to be in this school, like I had to take some French test, I had to take like a math and an English test and stuff. I told him all that, and then he was really nice, and then he like he gave me like a free drink that day. I'm like, oh, awesome, dude. Like you didn't have to, but he's just like, oh no problem, on the house. And there's one time where they had like this sandwich deal, and like I forget, like I was like a bit of a nuisance back then. Like I just had a boatload of change, so I had like $5 of change. And then I remember I was just like, oh, let me count it up for you. And he's just like, no need, I trust you. I'm like, oh wow. support local businesses, guys. But I don't think that business was there for too long. I remember like every time I passed by that area, the shops seem to switch out quite frequently. So most places don't last for too long there. But that was like a really nice interaction that I had. What were we talking about again? Oh yeah, right, shop local. Dude, I get on to tangents way too easily. I really want to go for a Trinity. Oh, we can still do a Trinity. Boom. All right, this Trinity was not worth it. Let's go again. Okay, it's a sub. Okay, so a hoagie is a sub. Corned beef, Thousand Island dressing. I like Thousand Island dressing, although I haven't had it in a while. Because salad dressing is not good for you guys. It's like lots of unnecessary calories. So if you can help it, don't get salad dressing. Just have the salad plain. Yeah. Excuse me. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, here's my chance. I can do it again. One, the father. Wait, no, hey, what am I doing? No. My Trinity. It's gone. Dude, I don't know what I just did to myself. Wow, I just hit like the most custom combo right there. Is that the real Jihoon? It is indeed. The wave shining, you know, sick, awesome, cool Falco combos Jihoon that we all know and love. Oh yeah, Jihoon, did you watch Summit? I wasn't really watching Summit, but then I checked the results and I saw that Mango won, so you know, you gotta be happy about that, right? Maybe I'll go back and watch some sets. People were really hyping AMSA up, and I think AMSA sent Mangoes to losers with like a 3-0. So it looked pretty dominant, but then I guess Mango clutched up and then just figured out the matchup, or figured out how to play against AMSA, really. Do we do it? Oh, I couldn't 4 wide. I don't know what's gotten into me. I've just been like, I guess maybe I watched too many JP VOD reviews, and I always see him go for mid-game 4 wides, and I'm like, I want to do that. I want to get big numbers like JP. What's the best way to continue from here? Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Not the too wide. Not the famous Jihoon too wide. I looked so dumb there. I was just like, how can I continue my back-to-back? And then I was defeated. Uh-oh, okay. Well, that one is, okay. Abort. Okay, there. Oops. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Let's just keep on doing our classic 6-3 stacking. Sorry guys, I'd normally look at chat in between rounds, but because this is a 1v1, you know, it doesn't really let up. So we just kind of have to see this thing through to the very end. Oh my goodness, I hit the nuttiest combo right there. That was insane. Okay. Oh no. Oh gosh. Dude, no way. Okay, bringing it back. I regret this. I regret it. So I turn it into a fractal. All right. It's been so long, I forgot how Jihoon's rule works. Like win by 2, like what does that mean again? Who knows, man? I'm just happy to be able to play with my homie again. Oops. Hold on. Ooh, look at that. Pretty swaggy, right? All right, I think that's 10 win by 2. GG's. Thanks for playing. And let's see. Is this the real lemon citrid? Is that the real flight? I got pictures of the giant tree ranch. Ah, send it to me. Send it to me. You're clean? No, Jihoon, you're clean. Well, Jihoon, if you have some time to stick around and hang around in chat, I'd love to catch up, hear what you've been up to. Hopefully work and life has been treating you well. And about that video you sent me like last year, if you want to talk about it, I'd love to hear updates. Yeah, let's go ahead and go back into the default room. Let me bring boom, there we go. It's been so long since I streamed Tetris, I forgot my hotkeys to like hide the pictures and stuff. All right, let's see. Arcbound has probably sent me some pictures. I'd like to have a peek at this. Okay, it looks like Discord's not opening on my computer, so I'm gonna see if maybe on my phone I can see the picture. Any? Nope, no such luck. All right. Jihoon's back. I got married back in July. Okay, fantastic, dude. I remember seeing the video. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. And yeah, dude, congratulations. I hope the wedding was, you know, everything that you guys planned it to be. and more. Okay, just don't look at this. Somehow we turned that into some sort of combo. Yeah. By the way, ZX, if you're still here, I'd like to know, was the sandwich any good? Sorry, you sent your messages about your sandwiches just as Jihoon got here, so I got distracted. But yeah. Okay, I really do like corned beef though. Now that you brought it up when we were talking about the Reuben, I really like corned beef. Oh, dude, now I kind of want to make a sandwich. What am I doing, dude? I just looked at my stack and it is not. This is not it. This is not my stack, okay? This is what happens when I stop narrating what's going on in my mind. My stack just dude. No, it only gets worse. It only gets worse from here. Okay, if we can bring this back, that'd be like a freaking miracle. All right, here we go. Here we go. I wish I didn't put that Z piece there. I'm dead. Going to big melee tournament soon called Apex. Big name should be there. Yo, that'd be sick if I saw you on like a VG boot camp or something. Let's see. Been playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh. That's cool. Hoping to go 2-2. That'd be pretty good. Hopefully, let's see you make it out of pools. That'd be awesome. Simply just food for the engine that is my body. That's a very stoic approach to it. ZX, do you have like a favorite kind of food or favorite cuisine? I'm trying to think about what my favorite food is. Oh, dude, I've been like yesterday my dad barbecued and it was really nice. The weather's been getting really cold lately, so that might be the last barbecue for the year. I wouldn't be surprised that if in a few weeks we're getting snow. This is one of the stacks of all time. Yes, it is, D-Rob, and I'm not proud of it. How are you? How are you today, though? Where is my T-piece? I don't know what I'm looking at, man. It's just... Jeez. Okay. We gotta start narrating, okay? So, boom. We're gonna get this T-spin. And then we're going to start down stacking, right? Getting a bit of a cheeky combo right there. Okay, and there we go. All right, so now our stacks are evening up. We can go ahead and get an STSD right there, right? And if we're careful, we might be able to score, that's right, an STMB. Now our stack is getting a little bit jagged. Might have to consider burning down. Yeah, this looks better. Maybe not quite yet. Yeah, stack is still a little bit awkward, but there we go. A little bit of 9-0 never hurt. Yikes. Okay. Oh, we're kind of in an awkward spot. Got a weird chain of S's and Z's, but we're okay now. That's all that matters, is that we're okay now. Oh no, we are not okay anymore. All right, here we go. Focus, Jeremy. So we're gonna get down from here. Okay, perfect time to use our... We spot a 3 wide and then we go for... Oh my god, what am I doing? I don't know. Somehow we convert that into a TST. And then somehow we turn that into a fractal. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Make another STSD right here. Do an STMB right there. All right, let's start going down. Perfect. Get some more T-spin doubles here. Take a T-spin single here. Singles are very valid. Take another teaspoon, double there. Oops. All right. Most important thing. Always be ready to combo into your well at this point of the game. Because if you aren't, then you can get caught lacking like I just did to myself. But I won anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yes, food is the best food. I have bronchitis again. D-Rob, what? Again? Do you, is this a chronic thing? Olive Garden's chicken Alfredo. Dude, have I ever been to an Olive Garden? I'm not sure if I have. Surely I have, right? Everyone talks about Olive Garden, and isn't that the place that has like the free, like unlimited breadsticks? Everyone's always like making a big joke about that. Surely I've been to an Olive Garden before, but I can't remember eating there. I'm sure it happened once when I was young or something. Yeah, and I never gave an answer about what my favorite food is. I started talking about barbecue and whatnot. Okay, so over here, that was an awful decision. I don't know why I did all of that. I am creating an insane amount of dependencies right now. So we're just going to get rid of them as fast as we can. And grab a few teaspoons on the way out, because why not? All right, here we go. And peace has been restored to the stack once again. Okay. D-Rob, about your bronchitis, is that a very serious condition? Are you bedridden? Like, do you have to stay in bed to recover from that? Do you get time off of work? Oh God, D-Rob, I know how much you work. Do you get time off from work for having bronchitis? I knew people who would have like pneumonia and then they would like still come to school. I knew somebody who told me that she had a kidney infection, and rather than, you know, tell the professor about it or seek medical help, she just went and wrote her exam anyways, and she like almost failed it. And I was just like, oh my God, you could have died. And she's like, yeah. And I was just like, you're very nonchalant about it. You know, she's like, oh well, it already happened, so it's like whatever. Yeah, definitely gotta listen to your body when it's in pain. Not saying that you don't, D-Rob, but, you know, just general warning for all of those who are listening. A cautionary tale. Boys, be ready to downstack. Oh no. Alright, that's my last piece. Alright, there we go. I hope you get better. I just sent a link to the Discord server with pictures if Discord finally wants to work with me today. Okay, I'll check it out after stream. Of course, my supervisor can get a day off when he just has a running nose, but I can't get time off when it's hard to breathe. No, D-Rob. You're gonna like collapse on the job, and then that will be like the final straw for them to start taking you seriously. In Toronto, or I'm not sure if it's just in Toronto. I put the wrong piece down. Teachers were on strike yesterday, so like schools went asynchronous for a few days, and it's just like, I don't know, working conditions suck. People aren't getting paid enough. People aren't getting treated like humans, you know? It's messed up. I'm pretty fortunate because from like what I've heard my teacher talk about, like they my profession takes stress and, you know, taking time off to be healthy and stuff. They seem to take it very seriously. So I'm really looking forward to, well, if I ended up being successful, become a paramedic, then it seems like it's a really, you know, like a very accepting and very positive workplace environment. Yeah. And you really do have to depend on each other because it's a very stressful job. So, yeah. And my music stopped, I just realized. I was just like, why is it so quiet? Excuse me, I just like misdropped at the speed of light. I can't even click off to like do my music because then it's gonna say like, oh, you know, it's gonna disconnect me for being not focused in the game. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yes. Okay, there we go. Do some. Uh-oh. 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 That's a lot of dependencies. I can't believe it. The game is just letting me live. Uh-oh. No, never mind. I take it back. Full combo to another master? Congratulations, Flight. You'll have mad skills before you know it. Doctor said I should rest for a week, but I have bills to pay. I've been told I have family in Toronto that our teachers are at work at unis. I thought you were going to say that I've been told that I have a family. I have been told that I have a family. The aforementioned family. Oh, I messed up my opener. Yeah. I have not been... I think I'm a little bit too tired to play Tetris today, but I was too tired to play Omori. Dude, I just sound like a whiny crybaby. I'm like, oh, I don't want to play this game. I'm too tired to play games. Yeah, to be honest, I really should be maybe sleeping instead of playing games. I want to hang out with you guys and stuff. This is nice. And boom, DT cannon. Oh my goodness, the world's worst donations. Oh, it only gets worse. Watch as he continues to misdrop over his donations. Oh, it must go faster. Oh wait, hold on. No, no. This isn't the piece that I thought it was. Oh no. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. I do not know what I'm doing. Okay, don't look at that. If you want to relax, you can play Minesweeper, the most chillest game, or competitive solitaire, the least most chill game. Dude, I don't want to do anything that involves my brain. Okay, this doesn't involve my brain, right? I just see the colors and I just place things. Man. What do you guys like to do to just, if you want your brain to just completely zone out? Because this is pretty much what I do. Like if I just don't want to think about anything, I just come play Tetris. It is my Zen game. I guess that's why they call it Zen mode in Tetrio. Maybe I should just like spend the rest of the evening sprinting. Oh, I have a new challenge, guys. Not a new challenge, but I have a new channel point redeem. You can make me do a 1,000-line sprint for 3,000 points. I don't know if anybody cares, but that is something that can be done. Kind of just forgot about it. I made a mistake. No, I can't even. Oh, dude. Oh man. Maybe I have to call it an early night or something. I don't know. What are these misdrops? Good thing I'm not playing Tetra League or anything. Dude, this is actually just making me sad. I feel like maybe I should have went to sleep. Hey, but we're hanging in there. I was thinking about how to do an Z-spin triple, S-spin triple, and sort of just let that happen. I don't know what I'm doing. Somebody help me. I won anyways. I need to save points to control the point economy inflation and thus control the government. I don't know about that. I honestly do not know too much about that. It's only been an hour and a half of streaming. Usually I feel like time flies, but right now time feels a little bit sluggish. Maybe it's because I woke up early to go to school today. I didn't even wake up early. I just woke up at a normal time. Okay, let's see if we can't kick our brains into overdrive or something by playing Tetris. Yeah, it's probably not a good. Oh my goodness. Probably shouldn't start like being super ambitious with these T-spins. Should only stack for T-spins that I can see, not for T-spins that I expect. I mean, this round isn't going too bad. Uh-oh. 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 Let me live. I want to live. No. I want to live. I'm dead. Hi, Nicole. Good thing I have the day off tomorrow. What will you do with your day off, Nicole? I love refrigerators. Oh, I was talking, there's this one person I was watching and she was talking about how much she really wanted to buy this mini fridge. And she like showed us, it was like, it looked like a little bear. And like it like had like so many features on it, right? It's just like, oh, it can hold this exact number of drinks, right? And it's got like it can like play, like it's got a radio built into it, right? And then it's got like a UV ray built into it, so you can disinfect your, you know, personal belongings and stuff. And then we were just like talking about this refrigerator, and then I sent that clip to her. I'm like, this is very relevant right now. And then she's just like, why would you send this to me? I'm like, oh, you know, you love refrigerators. I hate this game. Okay, well, let's go fix that. Luckily, that's not too tough of a fix. Yep, look at that. Already back to normal. Boom. There we go. Ooh, almost made a big mistake. We could do that. Dude, why is YouTube always pausing my music? That's so annoying. I wish you could like tell YouTube not to do that, but you know, they're always just trying to make sure, trying to like save on bandwidth and stuff and not have to, you know, there's probably somebody out there who's like listening to like 10-hour recordings of like, I don't know, some meme song like never gonna give you up for 10 hours. So like they gotta like tune those people out so like they don't cause too much traffic or something. Guys, I might end up having to to freaking end the stream early. I didn't realize how tired I was until I started playing. This happens a lot. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna stay up all night and stuff, and then like I start playing and I'm like, actually, you know what? I would love to sleep right now. Uh-oh. Okay, see, there. Always be ready to downstack. Nice. No, what is going on? That's oh, I'm hard dropping like a split second after things lock into place, so I'm like double hard dropping. Let's see. Jeremy, do you want to add anything to the Bible study? What Bible study? You didn't send me any of the materials, David. Use two T pieces to make an STSD. Yeah, I may have done that a few times in this stream. Why is fridge spelled with a D and refrigerator isn't? That's a good question, Arcbound. Maybe you can study the, what is it? Etymology? Is etymology the study of like the origin of words? Maybe you should look that up. Tomorrow's election day and I already voted early, so maybe catch up on sleep. That sounds like a fantastic plan. Time for bed, have a good stream. Thanks for dropping by, D-Rob. Arcbound says, I got an extension to stop YouTube auto pause and then YouTube changes so it doesn't work. Ah, classic. Classic YouTube. Doing things that nobody asked for. Yeah. I was watching this video by The Right Opinion. I don't know if you guys know that channel or not, but he makes very detailed videos talking about, I don't know, well, whatever really catches his fancy. And he was doing one about Dr. Disrespect and stuff. Wait, okay, so the reason why I'm talking about this, I'm just like, the more I kind of learn about Twitch and YouTube and stuff, the more I'm like, these companies kind of suck. Or like they play favorites and stuff, or like they're not very transparent about like when you get banned, why you get banned, as well as like they pretty much the only way for you to get any justice if you've been wrongly punished, well, maybe wrongly punished, like if you've been wrongfully banned or suspended, is like you just have to kick up a big fuss on Twitter. But yeah, I was like watching this video about Dr. Disrespect, and I don't know if you guys ever watched any Dr. Disrespect. I didn't really at all. This was like, I guess from maybe like an era of Twitch in which like I wasn't really there yet. But yeah, apparently like you can just get banned on Twitch and they just like don't tell you why. Which I think is really scummy. Maybe I shouldn't be talking bad about the platform on which I am currently streaming on. Who knows? Oh, come on. I'm trying to get this back in here. Oh, look at this. STSD? That was the weirdest skim I've ever done. I think this is looking pretty doomed, not gonna lie. Yeah. Auto pause. Want to start fuss on Twitter? Say you don't wash your rice. Wait. People don't wash their rice? Is that a thing? Hey man, like, you know, I love rice and everything, but like the rice in that bag, like you don't know where that's been, right? You gotta keep it clean. Nicole, is this something that you have personal experience with, first-hand experience, saying that you don't wash your rice? Because if so, then I'm pretty concerned. What is going on? I'm just trying to do it. I'm so freaking fried right now. Like I don't even know what's going on. Sorry, somebody messaged me. I'm so like, I'm missing everything. Have you seen Corey Kenshin's video where he talked about first-hand racism and favoritism? I didn't see his video. I watched another YouTuber who kind of just is like an aggregate for internet news, and he talked about it, and he summarized the video a bit. So I'm a little bit aware about it. Yes, I wash my rice on a stove. What do you mean you wash your rice on a stove? Like you mean you just you heat it up and then that cooks it? That sterilizes it? While we're on the topic of rice, there's this like rice that my family always makes. It goes really well with like jerk food and stuff. Anybody here ever have long grain parboiled rice? That stuff is magical. That stuff tastes so good. And then you pair it with like some sort of meat that's like very, like has like a really strong flavor. It's super good. Typically I get it with like jerk food, but like it goes really well with just like barbecue food and stuff. If anybody wants a recipe, I can share. That's not why you wash rice, is to clean the starch outside the grains to make sure it's not super sticky. I wash it, then I cook it on a stove. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, well, my main concern Like, I don't mind too much if the rice is a bit sticky. My main concern is just like, is it clean or not? You know, I'm not trying to eat like bugs and stuff. Hey, Barney's here too. I just noticed. I'm so tired, man. I'm just. If any of you guys wonder, like, what does Jeremy do in his free time? Literally this. I just literally just play Tetris. So like, there'll be many nights where I'll just like be by myself, just grinding against the bot or something late night. And yes, I will play this badly. What the frick is going on? Someone's car alarm is going off. What the? Where's my T-spin? Why? Why did this happen? Oh, I'm so sad. Dude, I can't. I literally can't. Let's see. You boil the rice when you cook it, so yes, it will be clean. Yeah, well, usually boiling things makes them sterile and stuff. Ah, it's so, I'm dead. Dude, I can't. Oh man, I'm so, okay, no, I'm not gonna complain about it. Nobody needs to hear about how tired I am. Yeah, I'm a slave to the game. Well, I enjoy it. It's not like some people who play like League of Legends or something and then they're like, oh, I hate this game, and then they keep playing it, right? Like I play the game because I'm enjoying it. Like even now, like I'm losing, I'm still having fun, right? Every single time I do a T-spin, I get enjoyment out of it. Also, I thought everyone washes their rice until someone that they don't. Oh no. Is it actually Mad Loud that doesn't do it? Is that why you used her emotes? I just remember that's not what her username is anymore. Oops. Okay. What if we just played slower? Actually, you know what? That sounds like a great idea. Let's just play slower. This is great. It's no longer going great. That was. I'm just okay. Yeah. The real Mad Loud is now called Wonderland. Is it just Wonderland? You get sticky, nasty rice. You could just play Marathon Tetris. I could. What if I just did a 1,000-line sprint? You know what? Let's do that. I just need something mindless to do. Alright, here we go. I can't even do this. Oops. You know what? No restarting. No restarting. I'm just gonna keep rolling with it. Oops. Okay, no. Well, I already hit the restart button just like on habit. Okay. We'll be here for, I don't know, another maybe 15 minutes while it takes me while I do this. Somehow this has transitioned into 5-4 stacking, and I'm now doing T-spins. I'm literally throwing. Okay, all right, let's just... I don't know, man. Okay, there we go. I hate it. I don't know why. Keep doing this to myself. Oh, well, it had been nice, like 100 lines or something that we'd gone without a misdrop, or like a not miss a hole, but like basically I didn't plan my stack out very well, and then ended up having to do an optimal placement. Dude, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with me. Okay, come on. Let's just there we go. Reset back to normal. Okay, now we can enjoy some more 9-0 stacking uninterrupted. I guess I'm just not going to be reading messages, guys, because I want to get to the end of this stack. Nicole, I hope you're happy. This is all the ASMR you could ever want, right? And there's another mistake. Wow, there's another 2 mistakes. These are pretty nasty misdrops, but luckily we are over them. Misdrops. I love them. Ah, no. Okay, nope. Do not press the restart button, Jeremy. Okay, there. See, we're out of there. No problem at all. Oops. We'll have to fix this up very soon. And apparently doing T-spins is what my brain thought would be more ideal. I don't know what is going on now. That's a huge time waste and I just keep misdropping. Okay, here. There. All right, we're back. I don't know what I'm thinking, man. Oh wow, look at that. Perfect clear. And immediately follow it with some misdrops. Why not? I thought that was an eye piece. Not sure why I thought that was an eye, and I don't know, started to rhyme all of a sudden. That's kind of discouraging to see. Okay, but we're okay. We recovered from it. All right, we switch sides. Sure. Sorry, that really, I don't know. Wow. What a perfectly timed misdrop. I got raided? Oh my. Hi guys. I'm in the middle of a 1,000-line sprint. Well, coming up to the end of it, really. I don't know. I just needed something to take my mind off of. Just completely zone out to. So I decided a 1,000-line sprint was the best way to do so. Dai, how was your stream? I have no mods to shout you out, so it's just gonna have to happen after I finish this. It should only take me a little bit longer. Don't ask what just happened there. Man, I can't choke at the very end like this. Well, can you imagine doing all that and still being a minute slower than your PB? Hi guys. Yeah, Dai, how was your stream? Dai, streaming. For those of you who follow my channel but don't know who Dai is, very cool Tetris streamer and singer-songwriter extraordinaire. Hi, Corey. Hinny is here. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Hi, Itchy. This Tetrio texture pack looks weird. Yeah, this is definitely Tetrio. Hi, JP. Oh, Flight did the shout out. Thank you so much. I didn't realize. I know for the win. Stream was good. Thank you for shout out. No, you're the cool one. I tuned into your stream earlier, but I couldn't see anything. Like, what was going on? Like, I kept refreshing the page and it just kept giving me an error. Like, were you playing Tetrio? I'm assuming you're trying to still push it to you. What am I doing? Why am I starting on a 1,000-line sprint? Twitch broke? Okay, I see. Well, I hope everybody is doing good today. Yeah, okay, so what the heck was I doing? Yeah, like, I don't know. I've been exhausted today. I'm just like super tired. Like I was in the default room, like the quick play lobby, literally non-stop misdropping. So I just needed to do something literally mindless, like sprinting for 1,000 lines. Just get my mind off of things. Twitch is down for some locations. Oh, I see. Bethbat was a good citizen and restreamed it to Discord for the people who couldn't see. Well, Bethbat sounds like a real one. And yeah, hi Henny. Trying to do quick play badge, but promo went on and I lost my motivation. So there's a super lobby is what I'm hearing. Should I do the super lobby? Is that what you guys want to see? We can switch over to a Tetrio. That guess might even be top 100. No, don't, you will die. I mean, I've gotten the badge before. Like I've won in a super lobby. So we could try. Right, quick play. Oh, sure. Why not? This could be cool. I got here just in time. Up to you. All right. All right. Oh, JP, I see you in here. Oh wow, this is. I really don't like the background looking like that. Were you successful in getting around? Oh my goodness, I can't even. I feel so sluggish in my control. I really do not like how the background looks. It's really messing with me being able to see other people's screens. Oh, whoops. Is there a way to turn this off, guys? Do you guys know? Can I turn off this setting? Because this is kind of hurting my eyes. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my goodness. Okay, no, it's better now. Okay, it's all good. Don't look at my screen. Oh, I wish I didn't do that. Okay, well, as long as like, you know, we can wow, I just feel very lucky that I didn't really get attacked for that entire time that I was like stacking like a kind of like a doofus. Oh, shoot. Oh, whoa. Oh, hold on. Oops. Looks like the quick play lobby keeps on dissolving and re-engaging. Oh, you're kidding me. Did I die immediately right away? Get to the top 10 and then die. You lie, you're still playing? Let's see. Forgot you were X rank, go ahead. You did not. Just spent all my energy against an S plus and Taz. Oh, it was Taz playing. In the configs video interface. Okay. Okay. Let me do that real quick. How do I do this? Dude, sorry if I'm really slow. It's just like, how does this work? Do not animate the background. How do I do this? How do I get rid of it? There's a way to turn it off in config. Does not work. Okay. Well, oh, not exit. We go back into the quick play lobby. Let's see who's still in the game. Guest, David, and Promo. It's gonna be kind of tough to beat Promo. Honestly, I feel like if you want to win in this lobby, like Promo's probably gonna have to get knocked out early. Like you have to get a lucky knockout on them or something. Yeah, like what am I supposed to do about that, huh? And then this guest is also going pretty ham right now. Well, you know, it's not a big deal if I don't win. I have the badge already. I got nothing to prove. I guess this is more exciting for people to watch than maybe a 1,000-line sprint. Time to send another issue in the Discord. You have to be in the top 5 to get Vince. Oh, is Vince in here too? I don't even know who's in this room. Oh my goodness, man. Look at this clean stack. This 7-2 stack over here. Oh, he's offline? Oh, so he's not online. Alright, let's see. Do I recognize any of these names? Oh, I see Breaker. I know Breaker. Who else? Hinny? Yeah. Good job, everybody. Junsuki. I think I recognize this name. JP. Look at that. Very good, very good. 104 players. Okay. We're barely in there. Okay. Maybe we can try to do some of our own back-to-backing. Okay, this is a huge mistake. This needs to, I need to bail right now. There we go. Oh crap, I've already made a huge mistake. I'm just dead. I got KO'd by this guest. Oh well, I guess we can just wait. We can watch this guest play. Let's see. Deep actually topped out himself for a guest accidentally and he regretted it. Deep, like deep 4 AM thoughts? Oh, so was he like letting somebody else get the badge, but then he let some guest get it instead? Are we still super lobby? I guess we're still super lobby status. Let me go ahead and exit. Oh no, we're not anymore. What's the point? What's the point? It's not even a super lobby anymore. Hi Mitsu. Why is everyone so good? It's just Tetrio. He even changed the letters of the names to spectate, but for me only, I was the only one who saw the names changed. Okay, I see. Promo ain't letting anyone get this badge. Yeah, Promo's gatekeeping. Well, yeah, I don't mind too much. Oh, people are leaving? I know. People are leaving? Oh, there's a lot of people leaving. Dude, Promo's bullying people out of this room. That's funny. My hand in board gear to stop him. What does that even mean? Let's go find Promo and look at his board. Oh? Oh, no. Oh, see what I'm saying? This would have been the round to take it. Although Chumi looks like they're doing quite well as well. Who else? Who else is doing well? Frosty Lemon. I like that name. Yomu. Yomu's also quite strong. Sen. B-Boys. Maka Maka. We already looked at this. Ultralisk. Oh. I think we've tuned into a very unfortunate time. Although, no, never mind. Ultralisk is keeping it alive. Zo. I think this means okay, I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, but like I think this is German for well. Let's go look at what Chumi's doing. So Chumi knocked out Promo, I think. look at that back to back. They're very dedicated to this. Oh, it looks like they had to break it. Although I'm not really too big a fan of 7-2 stacking. Oh, I find it very hard to maintain back to back. There goes your chance of getting the super lobby badge. Are super lobbies that rare? I remember when I got mine, took me like maybe like 20 minutes or something. Maybe I was just lucky that there were not a lot of like high X players there. It's actually good. No, good just means good. It doesn't mean well. Like it translates, like well has many meanings, right? It means like well means good, right? But when you say well, it's not, you're not really saying like, oh, good. It doesn't translate the same way. If you want to know, I asked a German. So okay. Hi, Kirby. Google Translate effed you up? Yeah. I'm gonna do a Tetra, go easy. I don't know about that. Let's have a look at these stats. SS rank, you're not a noob. 70 APM. Well, I'm ready whenever you are. SS is noob? No. SS is pretty good. You think that it is? I don't play this game. No, SS is pretty good. Okay. Good luck, have fun. Good luck, have fun. I'm ready whenever you are. And JP wants to get on this too. Alright, we can play afterwards. Do you want to play on Tetrio or on Gestrus, JP? Probably should not have done that. But we're doing okay still. Okay, that was pretty close. Almost topped out a few times there. Quick play, finally 50 spike. Some good gameplay. Yeah. Tetra this time. Okay. For sure, we can definitely do that. Yeah. By the way, Corey, just maybe it wasn't clear at first, but like family friendly. Try not to use too many cuss words, even if you're self-censoring them. There we go. Just took me a second to figure it out. Oops. I was supposed to do a bigger spike than that. That's okay. We'll just save the damage for later. Oh, I'm not sure quite why I did that. Yep. Okay, here we go. I guess this is a kind of bag that I normally go for Gamu in, although... Oops. Okay, well, we'll worry about that now. All right. All right. No, normally people would go for SDPC or stick spin with this bag, but I don't do that because those are lame openers. The only time I use stick spin and stuff is if the other player is using stick spin. I feel like it's like an agreement. Once you use it, then you know you're not allowed to complain about it. Oh, Ekim. Yo, what's up? Hello, hello. I teach you stick spin? No, I'm not teaching you stick spin. I can't be the person to do that. I can't accept responsibility for that. But yeah, Ekim, I went and had a look at your channel. I saw that you play Ocarina of Time randomizers. That's really cool. I really like Ocarina of Time randomizers. That's what kind of got me back into the game. I've never even completed a randomizer before, but I love watching randomizers. I think they're really cool. But yeah, good to see you again. But yeah. Alright, this is another bag where most people would, well not most people, but a lot of people would go for SDPC, right? You get that early O piece, right? I'm dead. But I prefer just to do Gamu. Randa's cool. Might return to it one day when I have a server with a bunch of OOT speedruns that race sometimes, but due to burnout there hasn't been many races. Oh, well, I know somebody who does multi-worlds randomizes with their friends. If you're interested, I could introduce you, but like you said, like, you know, you said you're kind of burnt out on it for now. So, you know, yeah, I just know, I know somebody who does them if you're looking for some friends to play with, and who knows, maybe they're looking for more players to add. Just let me know if you'd like a recommendation. Although I'm not, yeah, like I said, I'm not really sure if they're looking for more people to add to their randomizers. But, you know, it's worth a shot to ask. You thought you had an eyepiece? That happened. That's been happening to me all night, Kirby. Like, where I'm like, oh yeah, I have this piece, right? And I don't. And then like I'll misdrop like the next 3 pieces because like I wasn't really paying attention. I play on VC anyway, so multi-world's out of my comfort zone. Oh, I see. I'm not too familiar. I never pay attention when I'm playing. That's relatable as well. I'm not that familiar. Like, I set up a randomizer once, and that is the extent of my knowledge for randomizers. Like, I'm not good with like the computer stuff. So I guess if it's incompatible, then it's incompatible. Yeah, but yeah, no pressure or anything. I just thought I would offer because that's what came to mind. This is why I'm so good. Okay, Kirby. VC is the Wii version, so it doesn't work out, unfortunately, though I've heard of rumors of a VZ compatible multi-world in development. Wow. I don't know if I could ever do a multi-world randomizers. From what I've seen from them, they look like they look like a lot of fun, but then you'd have to have friends that are willing to play for like literally hours and hours. Like it's a huge time commitment. So yeah, and yeah, like, so apart from those, like I mentioned, like I know some people who do some randomizers and stuff, but I don't have any IRL friends who enjoy Ocarina of Time the same way that I do. So I think it might be kind of hard for me to also find willing participants. That hits way too close to home. Yeah, like I swear, like so some of their seeds take like 10 plus hours, and I'm like, okay, I don't think I could play this game for 10 hours straight. Oh, I did the full clear wrong. Okay, whatever. I don't really believe in full clear follow-ups to openers anyways. Oops. Trying to do some sort of like weird TST donation. Didn't really work out. GG's. Not yet. Okay, okay. GG. Okay, thanks for the games, Kirby. Thank you for the invite. Luckily, I met a lot of people through speedrunning. Yeah, it seems like it's gonna have to be that way. You have to meet people online who are already in the community. That's kind of how it was for me. Like, I play a lot of Tetris, as you can see. And not a lot of my friends IRL play a lot of Tetris, so most of the people that my Tetris friends are like online as well. Okay, let's make that lobby for with JP. Is JP online? Yeah, okay, I invite JP in here. We do first to 10. Save. Sorry for the wait, JP. The first to 10s take a while. Let's see. Do you need a warm up? Oh, hi. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Yeah. Yeah. So Ekim, you know, what's your best time on a randomizer, and what settings do you have on? Let's do a warm up. First to 1. Okay. So this is the warm up round. All right. I know JP likes to do perfect clear stuff as well. So I don't know what I should be wary of. So I know that JP knows a pretty nasty SDPC loop. So, hopefully I don't have to be on the receiving end of that loop tonight. Oh, damn. Shouldn't have done that. All right. That was the warm-up. Now the real match starts. First to 10. Save. Good luck, have fun. My best time was 350 with 6 to 9 dungeons for Ganon, BK, all sanity, glitchless logic. Okay. Glitchless logic. Wait, so glitchless logic, does that mean... So you don't play with glitches? I think glitches are quite cool. Not that I really know how to do any of them. Like the most advanced thing that I know how to do, or did one time, was a bomb hover. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And then I never bomb hovered again. Wait, hold on. Okay, I wanted to do a spin there. I play with glitches, but the game won't put an item in a location you need to glitch to get. Yeah, I understand. What kind of, like, do you do like normal speedruns, like non-randomizer speedruns of Ocarina of Time? 'Cause that's cool too. The back-to-back train is starting up. Okay, I kind of almost died. I kind of ran out of steam there, but luckily that was enough to finish top out JP. DT cannon. Oh, maybe I could have converted that into an STSD. I ran defeat Ganon, got top 100 and kind of just stopped. Hey, that's sick. I think Ocarina of Time, isn't that like a very popular category or game? Like, I know, like, it's like a classic speedrun game, right? It's been, like, people are still discovering new stuff about it, right? new ways to beat the game faster. So that seems kind of huge, honestly. That's really cool. Now I know an Ocarina of Time speedrunner now. That's cool. Oh, I almost had a mid-game PC. Let's see. Defeat Ganon has 1,000+ runs. It's nuts. My PB's outdated. Two. It still does void warp. Okay, you're losing me a little bit here. I don't know all the strategies for beating Ganon and stuff. Like, I remember having my mind blown by wrong warping. I remember people explaining it like you're adding the values of the different entrances, and then you miraculously get to like the tower escape part when you add the values just right. Like, I still find that, like, how do people even figure this stuff out? Like, that stuff still amazes me. Did you say my name? Wait, no, I didn't. I don't think I did. I said wrong warp. Are you wrong warp? I can't even. I don't even know how to do what's this? What's it called? I'm sure this will pay out, hopefully, before I have to deal with the consequences of my actions. It isn't the consequences of my actions. Oops. That was not a... That was a very unfortunate misdrop. It's okay. We live. I'm terrible at Tetris, so this looks like magic. I play a lot of Tetris, like thousands of hours. I just got called into a meeting. What kind of meeting? And at this time of... Isn't it quite late for a meeting? Yeah. Are you familiar with how Tetris, or at least modern Tetris, plays? Although I suspect probably not. Most people don't really know too much about modern Tetris because, like, I know Tetris was big at some point, but, you know, it's kind of outshined by other esports these days. And, you know, you find a lot of people who haven't played Tetris growing up. Myself included, actually. I didn't really play too much Tetris growing up. I only really got into it in the last few years. Bible study meeting. Oh, I see. Oh, that's not good either. You invited Jeremy. It's a PJ party. I played Nest Tetris and Tetris Effect, and that's it. Well, if you've played Tetris Effect, that would be closer to what this game is like, except in guideline Tetris games, such as Tetris Effect, I think like there's like the games are much slower because there's something called I really messed that one up. There's like line clear delay, and they don't let you make your handling, which is like how fast the pieces move. They don't really let you fully customize it. But in games such as these, people go really fast. Here we go. Yeah, I've never actually played Nest Tetris. That's too hard for me. It's a whole different beast. It's so weird because like this is an example of like modern Tetris, right? And even though it like uses the exact same pieces as just as the classic Tetris, it's like it's so different, and they're both very hard, but for like completely different reasons. And I think that's really cool that you can have like two games that are like based on the same principle, but like they're challenging in completely different ways. And I also think that it's really cool that people are still playing them after when did Tetris come out? 1984. So like very long time pretty much. Have you tried versus modes in Tetris Effect? Is it the lack of insta drop? No, you can hard drop, which is insta dropping in Tetris Effect. It would take me a bit of time and to explain the differences between classic and modern Tetris. So if you could give me like a moment, I'll be happy to explain everything once this round is over. I'm just playing a friendly match with my viewer. Yeah, strong player. He knows quite a lot of fancy techniques. I wish I didn't do that. I think this round is lost. I'm having a really hard time to get out of this spot. Okay. I was referring to Nest Tetris because you mentioned that it was a different beast entirely. Yeah, I'll explain it fully. Yeah, holding there is gonna get me topped out. Wow. I am surprised that I survived that spike. Okay, I really wanted to do a Trinity. I shouldn't have done it. That was nutty survival. There's more, as I will explain. Yeah, I'll explain more. That's fine. You know, we're just playing for fun. GG. Dang. Those are some really good games. Okay, yes. Let's talk about modern and let's talk about classic Tetris. So classic Tetris would be Tetris on the Nintendo Entertainment System. It was like the OG game. And in that game, I guess the main focus would just be to survive as long as possible and get as many Tetrises as possible, which is when you do a 4-line clear with the long piece. Now that game, it would get harder because what would happen is that the pieces would start to fall faster. And in this game, you kind of have a bit of leeway. So like the pieces fall very slowly, and then when you put them down, you get to wiggle them around a little bit. But back in the classic Tetris days, you know, once it like touches, you have a very short amount of time if you want to get in like a single rotate. But pretty much like when pieces fell, they got locked in place pretty fast. So the main struggle is like you versus handling the game, right? Getting the pieces to the side of the screen fast. There was also an element of randomness. So the pieces that you get were completely random. So there's 7 different tetraminos you can have, and the game would just give you a random amount in any order, and you'd have no control over that. In modern Tetris games, we have something called the 7-bag randomizer, where it takes the 7 pieces, it shuffles them into a bag, quote unquote bag, and then it gives it to you. And then after you're through with that bag, it will give you another random order of those 7 pieces again. So you have a equal distribution of all the pieces. So you can have more reliable setups, and you won't get you won't have a drought of eye pieces, which is the long parts. And then a lot of these modern Tetris games also allow you to toggle how quickly the pieces move when you hold left or right, as well as when you press down, you can have the piece instantly fall to the bottom, and then you can do something called a T-spin. So in the original classic Tetris, you were not given any extra points for anything besides doing a Tetris, which is clearing 4 lines in one go. But in modern Tetris games, you get a bonus for doing, let's see if I can hop into just like a solo mode, right? You get awarded for doing stuff like this, right? So this is, you can see like I'm going to spin my T piece in here, right? This is worth like bonus points pretty much, right? So modern Tetris games kind of have that built into them as well. Are there any, there's like, I'm sure there's like other differences, but those are, I feel like, the main ones that are relevant to the game. We can talk about spins and kicks. So maybe people tend to get very confused when they see stuff like, I don't know, stuff like this, right? So I'm pretty sure in classic Tetris, you could not do stuff like this, but you can spin the piece and like have it like kind of like freaking warp through the wall. So that's also, I think, something that is new, not new Tetris, but like it is a modern Tetris thing. Doing good. Just came from a 1v1 game against Jeremy, got destroyed 6-10. I wouldn't say 6-10 is destroyed. Wrong chat. No worries, no worries. It's okay, JP. You can watch other people. I like to watch many streamers at the same time. A kick table, as they say. Yeah, they're called kicks. And then there's like some really, really wacky stuff. Like, I don't know. Stuff like, I'm gonna try to like to set up. Okay. Stuff like this. Like, so like you kind of see like, oh, this like green piece could fit down there. Well, what if I told you you can do that? Like, it's just wild. It's a great video by Garbage Dave about King of Stackers that explains this. You know what? That's a great video, and I recommend that you watch it. You can check out Garbage David on YouTube. And he also streams too. I'm there often. He's a very cool Tetris guy. Yeah. And I've already messed up there. Well, yeah, I'm just really glad, Ekim, that you came to drop by and see what. Like, I know you came by when I was playing Omori, but this is usually the content that I do. So yeah, very cool of you to drop by and take a little bit of interest in it. Yeah. So David, you're putting Tetris on a slight back burner. How come? Is there something more important that's come up? Something more urgent, maybe? Can't think of anything that would be more urgent than Tetris, but you know, things happen. Feel like you could coach newbies super well. I do have, like, I really enjoy, like, I go into other people's streams and then like I offer advice if they are willing to take it. I'm very sensitive about like not like backseating too hard, right? I know that sometimes people want help, sometimes people don't want help, right? But I just want people to enjoy the game. However, yeah, I just want people to enjoy the game. So like, if people want to enjoy the game by getting better, then I'm happy to, you know, offer my expertise. If people just want to play the game and not get quote unquote better, then that's okay too. Have you ever coached for UC? No, I've never been involved with UC at all. I didn't find out about UC until like, I don't know, like probably maybe like last year, like in maybe last September or something like that, when I was hosting my tournaments, my U rank cap tournaments. That's kind of when I found out about TAWS and UC. Butthole coach for one. Okay, cool. Hey, do they give out badges? If they give out badges, I'd be interested. But I don't know if the coaches get a badge. But yeah, I've got a soft spot for people who are new to Tetris, but they want to get better. My DMs are always open to people who are asking for replay, like VOD reviews and stuff, and I'll be happy to comment on them. But yeah, Ekim, if you want to get into Tetris, then, you know, hit me up. OMG, that's me. Yeah. Yeah. So it's actually almost time for the end of my stream, and honestly I was thinking about ending earlier, like really early, because I was just like so tired and out of it. But hopping onto Tetrio and playing some 1v1s really perked me up. I don't think I've ever asked you for advice. I've asked David for advice before. So David is very good at doing T-spins. Yeah. But David, you're a good player. You're U ranked. Like, you don't need my advice. You already know how to play. You could probably teach you. I could teach you stacking. What kind of stacking? You mean like sprint stacking? Even sprint stacking, I don't feel that confident in. Like, I'm only... I fall farther and farther each day. I used to be really close to top 500. Now I'm like almost 600, right? I don't feel like I'm that qualified to talk about sprinting. I don't want to stack better. You're slower. Yeah, I'm slower than Kirby. Like, people in my chat are faster than me, right? For example, is Kirby still here? Lily loves. Wait, what? Are you still Kirby Gamer? Wait. I don't. Wait. Lily loves Kirby 64. Oh, is this like a new account? We're not friends? Kirby! Why aren't we friends on... Okay. My friend Minivich, very fast. On Gestress, their speed is 24.96. I think on... They're still above... They're at, yeah, look, they're 25 seconds. These people are just faster than me. I really like the idea of making well-made tutorials, but I always feel like I don't know enough to teach. It's frustrating because in OOT there's so many undocumented categories, but the one I know the most about so happens to be the one with 8 well-made tutorials. I see, I see. Well, that's really cool that you've got educator's spirit. I don't know, like you want to share your knowledge, and I think that's really cool. The only OOT I watch is Modest and Clint. Yeah, I've tuned into a few Modest streams. Modest is another one of our mutual friends that plays randomizers, and I don't know how he does it. Like they play like no logic with maximum random settings. It's just crazy. You guys like randomizer, like when I played mine, I played with like some random settings. Like I didn't randomize the keys. I didn't randomize like any entrances. I doubled every major item. I doubled the count of those so that way I wouldn't get stuck just for hours finding bloopies and arrows and bombs and stuff. I was a bit of a wuss. But yeah. Yeah. We can just chat about Tetris for a while until my eyes are too tired to keep going. I don't know. Or we could send you guys off to another person who's streaming Tetris. Clint actually streaming OOT. somebody like run beside the pool. You should never run next to the pool, right? That's dangerous. Wumbo's back-to-backs isn't bad, but it's probably not the best. Well, I just say Wumbo because like, because I saw his videos on YouTube, like getting like a 60 back-to-back on in the quick play lobbies. The entire structure figured out, but I got to restart, so it feels like a bigger task than it is realistically. Once I start doing it again, I will finish it in a few days. I see. I don't know, maybe gotta like do some sort of psychological trick to get yourself to do it. Just say like, you know, after you finish editing it, you'll like treat yourself to something. I don't know. Like for me, I'm like, well, after I finish my, let's say I'm studying, right? After I finish studying, then I can play video games or something like that, or I can go hang out with my friends. You gotta trick your brain into giving yourself motivation. Let's see. The real issue is I'm so tired after school that I really can't focus on learning something new. That makes more sense. Yeah, and that's more understandable, I would say. Well, even if it's only for a short amount, I think it adds up if you do something every day. I think that's like my big tip for other people. So like a lot of people, like they come to the stream and they're like, oh, how are you so fast? Or like, how are you able to do this so like effortlessly? And I'm like to myself, I think I'm like, well, I played this game for like at least an hour every day for the last like, or like on average, like an hour every day for the last, I don't know, 4 years, right? So in my head, I'm thinking, well, if you want to be as good as me, then you better practice as much as I did. Which is, you know, a bit erroneous to say, because like, just because you spend a lot of time in something doesn't mean you'll get good. As well as there's definitely players who've played less than me or for less time than I have, but are much better than me. But people want to know like, oh, what's the secret to getting good? I'm like, well, you just gotta practice every day. You gotta practice every day. But then that's the thing that people are like least willing to do. I'm like, well, you got to do this every day. And then I ask them, oh, have you been playing? They're like, oh, not really. I haven't played at all since like last stream. I'm like, well, I found your problem. You got to practice it every day. Speaking of problems, this is a problem right here. I need to be somewhere else. Was this DT cannon worth it? No. Definitely not. But was it cool? Yes, it definitely was. Too many misdrops at the end there. Let's see. When I try after streaming after school, I'm so tired. I think learning does require real effort though. My attention span's so low, I can't learn a speedrun over 2 hours long. I'm effectively locked into OT because I already know it. Yeah. Maybe it's a bit too optimistic to say like, oh, you can learn anything as long as you put effort into it. But I think you can surprise yourself, especially if you're in the mindset like, oh, I can't learn anything at all. Like, I think if you put in some time, you'll learn something, and you know, you'll be happy that at least you gave some effort to try. See, I can only play good Tetris when I'm able to put my entire focus into it, and that's probably when I improve the most as well. This is kind of how I feel about Tetris. I see. So David, you feel like you're just locked into Tetris because you spent time learning PPT. Ekim, are there like particular speed runs that you did try to learn that were just too long and that you could not get down? I think Puyo is just a better versus game than Tetris. Interesting. Well, I can't really say too much about that because I literally don't play both of the games. I only play Tetris. I mean, some people say Tetris is not really a very good versus game. I saw like Garbo's video about it, talking about how like it's kind of like T-spins are OP or like openers and stuff. I feel like Tetris is very different than a lot of other competitive games that I watch. You spent too much time in Tetris. I can see myself playing this game for the rest of my life. But then again, I've said that about some other games, like Team Fortress 2, and I think I'm past that phase in my life. But we'll see. Only time will tell. Only time can tell. I think that Tetris is too uninteractive. Yeah. The only interaction that you have is I send stuff over to you. And like, oh, sometimes I use what you send to me to send stuff back to you. It is quite uninteractive, I would agree. Uh-oh. Am I gonna die off of this? I need to go down right now. Well, that's really not gonna help me. Okay. Go down a little bit more. Oh my goodness. Okay, luckily that was not too bad. I just die in like 1 second. What is this? All right. Glitchless, any percent, glitchless, 100%. Oh my, I don't. 100% speedruns are scary. There's so much to learn. SRM. SRM is like the source requirement. Like you have to get the item from the correct source, right? It's short but really hard. Majora's Mask glitchless. There's a whole bunch I tried and I failed. I see. I also think speedrunning is not for everyone. Speedrunning is a very like it's a very unique kind of hobby, I think. I'm not sure I could do it. I probably could, TBH. But do speedrunning? I don't think I don't have the the mindset for speedrunning. Since you spent so much time watching it. You think you could do an Ocarina of Time speedrun? Yeah, I think you'd be surprised. Like I've watched a lot of like Ocarina of Time was like pretty much the game that got me into playing video games. And so like that's like I've like known about this game like my whole life. Maybe not my whole life. But like for like almost 20 years. And like I'm like, yeah, I know this game, of course. And then I did my randomizer. I'm like, actually, maybe I don't really know this game that well. Yeah. SRM's an entire section of glitches. You can do stuff like side hop and literally fly. That sounds wild. Dude, what the heck is going on these people's boards? Tetrastar is no mercy. I'm just surprised that this why this second place person stayed like alive for so long when their board was so messy. At the top, at least. I just remember there was something I was supposed to do right at 9 o'clock that I've missed. It's I've been playing this rhythm game, and there was like some like event that I was supposed to attend at like 9. Like I just needed to log in and check, but then stream. That's exactly when my stream started. So hopefully the event will come back. Oops, I made a mistake. My stomach is rumbling now. I'm hungry. Oops. That's not so good. Okay. I'm making some very questionable decisions here. Dude, when is it gonna get down to the last two? We'll live for so long. Oh my goodness. Oh. Don't tell me I'm just gonna die to like a few misdrops. Oh, oh, whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna die to a few misdrops. I hate this. Okay, whatever. Okay. I remember Clint saying SRM kind of broke 100%. I do 100. I would 100% recommend watching an All Dungeons SRM run. It's one of the most broken speed runs you'll ever see. Game's barely keeping itself together. I'll check it out. I usually watch ZFG, but maybe if you have a particular player that you'd recommend, then I'd maybe go see it. It's fun how invested you are in quick play lobbies. Like, you want to win. Yeah, I guess I do. Deadly Hatred wants to play. Sure, we can play. Do you want to play on Tetrio or do you want to play on Gestress? I think I'm actually changed to Tetrio. I have now played Gestress. That's cool. You want to play on Tetrio? Okay. Wait, Deadly Hatred is VIP'd in this channel? Wait, I don't... I don't... Okay, like, no, I gotta see who this is. You've changed your name, haven't you? Who is this? I can't. Okay, well, let me just go make the room then. And then we will see. Okay, I don't even know who to invite, so I'm just gonna put the link here. When I play quick play, I do not even consider winning as an option. I see. A guest. Is this you? Deadly Hatred. I'm gonna look at your past messages so I can recognize who you are. Yeah, it's you? Okay. Let me scroll back. This must be Bane, I think. Oh. Yeah. Wait. Wait, which one's you? Which one's you? There's two of you in here. I think it's let's see, room. You should only have 2 players. And then I don't know who this is. I'm gonna put you into spectators. You're the guest. Okay. We'll go ahead and start. Oh wait, no. This is a warm up. warm up, right? Yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's do the 1v1. All right, let's do first to 10. Okay, good luck, have fun. Here we go. All right, probably after this, you're gonna get some rest. Yeah. I was gonna say after this 1v1, this is gonna be it for me. So thank you in advance to everybody who came out to the stream. I really appreciate it. it was lots of fun. Even though, yeah, it was just a lot of fun. Even though I felt like giving up early and just calling it a night, I'm glad that I stuck around. Have a good night. Yeah, you too. Good night, Clint Love. I'm starting to pick up on David's mannerisms. Thanks for the stream. Good night. All right. See you, JP. Thank you for the games today. It was a lot of fun. Oh, oops. Oh, my opener kind of got screwed up. Dude, I don't even know what's going on. Somehow I get to use this fractal. Not really, because I died anyways. Rad. Hi, Radical. Thank you for the raid. Hi, guys. Okay, oh, hold on. I'm in the middle of a 1v1 with a very mysterious guest. Who could it be? How was your stream, Rad? I hope it has been well with you. I was actually gonna head to bed soon after this because it's also getting quite late for me. But I don't know, maybe we can stay up a little bit longer. I like rice. Yeah, Unitato's here, Territor's here, Confidential. Hello. Let me just go ahead and give a shout out to you guys. Enjoy Tetris content, then for sure check out Radical Cup. She's pretty cool. She's not actually a cup in real life, so you know, temper your expectations, keep them in check. Where's my my L piece? The game just did not want me to have an L. She has no tourney and she's not a cup. My expectations have now dwindled. I know, everybody has to get over it at some point. It's just one of those things that you find out as you grow up. Like, Santa Claus isn't real. You know, the Tooth Fairy doesn't actually give you money and stuff. Radical Cup's not actually a cup. Innocence lost, guys. I remember when I was a young lad, and I thought that the Radical Cup was real. Oh no. Okay, I can explain, guys. I was trying to do a Trinity. And then, yeah, yeah, we don't talk about that round. I keep getting tagged on Twitter for a Radical Cup race. You know, it's, you know, free exposure, am I right? Alright. I mean, do you mind all that extra attention that you get for, just for having cup in your name? You know, I guess maybe after this we can do a few rounds of like a lobby, and then I can end my stream. I got an anatomy test to study for tomorrow. Oh, whoops. I thought that was actually going to clear a line. Thought I was going to get a huge multiplier there. All right, here we go. The Father, boom, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The Holy Trinity. Oh, no. Whoops. Amen. Yeah, precisely. I may have blasphemed or something, because then I immediately misdropped afterwards. Okay, let's try it one more time. See if we can't get a Trinity going. No. I didn't have enough T pieces. Playing Tetris on keyboard makes my arms sore really fast. Yeah, like if you play really fast, you can be pressing like up over like 10 buttons per second, right? And like just think about it, like every time you place down a piece, it's you're pressing like a few keys, and it adds up. Like you place down hundreds of blocks per game. I'm not blessed with misdrops. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, today's stream is non-stop misdrops, and that really does feel like what happened tonight. I've just been like not been in control at all. Which is fine, right? You don't have to always be, you know, playing super duper well in Tetris to be having fun. That probably wasn't so smart. Maybe like this. What is finesse when you have misdrops? Exactly. Exactly. Why bother having the perfect movement, right? When we already live in an imperfect world, right? It's absurd to pretend like we have some sort of semblance of control. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. It's like past midnight. It's past my bedtime. I'm supposed to be in bed right now. Oh, I don't know about this, guys. Why do I have so many? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why did I have so many Z pieces? Ooh. Look at that. Boom. Perfect clear. I'm so cool. Oh, I've committed a big mistake. Just MKO things, yeah. I'm not too good at MKO. I use it on occasion, though. Mostly I just do TKI and Gamu. I don't know, maybe this is the solution. Who knows? Alright, I think that's gonna be it for the night. GG. I know Radical just came in with a raid, but I'm gonna have to be redirecting that raid somewhere else because, yeah, my eyes are they're burning. Yeah, thank you for everyone who dropped by with the raids from Rad as well as Die. Yeah, and thanks everyone for hanging out. All right, let's go see who's streaming right now. Is anybody that I know streaming? PS Love Tiff. That's me. Water Dead streaming? Oh, let's go raid Water Dead. That sounds like a great idea. All right, guys. Think you got me addicted to Tetris? My bad, my bad. Well, hopefully, you know, you enjoy it. I, of course, enjoy the game a lot, and I think it's a very interesting game to watch. Yeah, see you guys next time. And yeah, Territor, see you too. Slash raid Water Dead _ boom. Just, he's disabled raids. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, well then we're gonna have to go raid somebody else. Who's this? PS Love Tiff. I'll go find them. Twitch.tv. PS Love Tiff. Who is this? Okay. We're gonna raid somebody else. PS Love Tiff. All right. Just say hi, be pleasant, and I'll see you guys next time. That's like the 3rd time I've said that. I'm sorry. I'm just autopiloting right now. Okay, bye everyone.
Get the life out of me. Jeremy, thank you so much for the raid. Hello, welcome, welcome. Let me just give you a shout. What's up? Hi. How was your stream? What were you playing? Oh, you were also playing Tetris. Awesome. Whoops. Announce slash shout out. Oh! There you go. I just deranked. Thank you for the follow, Jeremy. Yeah, I just deranked. I keep messing up, but it's whatever. Terrorator, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. You guys can watch me lose. Guys, I'm nervous now. I normally, when I stream Tetria, I normally stream in the just chatting category. Because I always get so many, like, people that actually play the game come to my stream. It makes me nervous. So I stopped doing that. But tonight, my chat's so quiet. I was like, you know what? I'll stream in the Tetria category. What am I doing? Oh no, this is not good. Not good. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I didn't lose there.